All right, shalom, shalom, Israel. First and foremost, I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto YAHAWAH, BAHASHAM, YAHAWASHI, BAHASHAM, RICANS. Double honor to the elders and apostles of the great millstone. Shalom to my YAHAWAH who are diligently waiting to be delivered from this final captivity. This is Brother Kawakad coming at you with another lesson. And today's lesson I want to get into basically this whole issue with this. The prophet, or Slakia, not the prophets. Well, yes, the prophets don't know, but, or Slakia, the inspiration for today's lesson comes from a video that I saw from a brother, Remnant 144. He had done a lesson, and basically, vocab was saying that, oh, you're wrong, everything you're saying is not correct, you don't know what you're talking about, but at the same time, vocab claims to be agnostic for anything. And this is not, I'm not trying to, this video is not going to be about disproving or proving vocab wrong, but this is going to be about just the general concept of how people in general, they don't know what the truth is, but they will still go against us. They will say that we're wrong, even though they either wing it, they don't even know what exactly they're talking about. And one thing, again, I'm going to give this all credit because, the beauty about the scriptures is that you could be familiar, you could have read the entirety of the Bible or whatnot, front to back, but this thing is, there will still be times when a brother will show some scriptures that you're like, what? It actually says that? All right, and that happened to me just today when I saw that video. Okay, so Isaiah chapter 29, starting at verse 8. It shall even be as when an hungry man dreameth, and behold, he eateth, but he awaketh, and his soul is empty. Or as when a thirsty man dreameth, and behold, he drinketh, but he awaketh, and behold, he is faint, and his soul hath appetite. So shall the multitude of all nations be that fight against Mount Zion. All right. So right here, it doesn't say that. It doesn't say this, but this is a parallel I want to get into before I get into the actual scripture that the brother showed. Okay. But basically, how you dream. Like, oh, I'm eating all this delicious food and stuff like that, but in actuality, when you actually wake up, there's no food. All right, and I had dreams like that before, where I wanted to eat I had a craving for something. All right, but then when I woke up, okay, well I don't have it or anything like that, and then I said, okay, you know what? Maybe I want to go get that today or something. Okay, whatever. But the main point is, okay, that I want to bring out is the fact that, the Christians in general, they bring out this whole, oh, God loves everyone doctrine, this whole mindset, but in actuality, that's not how the Lord works, right? That's not how the Lord set things out to be, all right? The scriptures don't support that doctrine, all right? So people may say, oh, go and be full, all right? Roughly paraphrasing, go be full, all right? Be filled with something, all right? But in actuality, let me see if I can find this, man. Bear with me, I want to see if I can find this. Should be go thy way and be full. Or maybe go thy way, be filled. All right, Slacky. But basically, the main point is, roughly paraphrasing because I can't find the actual precept, it's basically if you say, to your brother or someone that's asking you for help, hey, go that way, be full, all right? And then in actuality, you're not actually helping them or, contributing to the solution, all right? Then, you're basically, leaving someone to die, leaving someone high and dry. You're not actually helping them out. You're just saying something, oh yeah, here, have these kind words of encouragement, but in actuality, that it doesn't mean anything, all right? Those are empty words, just as, you could dream or desire or wish something, but in actuality, if that's not really what's going on, all right, that's how things are going to be, which is also the truth for, us being the prophets, when we verbalize and, break down precepts and ifs and prophecy, but then you got these false prophets and Christians saying, they're wrong, but we don't know what the thing is, all right? Agnostic to the truth, all right? They're agnostic to prophecy, agnostic to everything, all right? And that socket, funnily enough, that also ties in. So, yeah, with that, let me actually go back to Isaiah 29. So yeah, basically with the Lord, let me actually go to that as well. In John chapter 7, bear with me. John chapter 7, verse 38. He that believeth on me, as the scripture hath said, out of his belly shall flow rivers of living water. Okay? The living water being the word. The living water being this truth. Alright? So when we actually, preach and teach, when we actually break stuff down, alright, people will actually, or those that receive it will actually be filled. They will actually be full because they're receiving the truth. All right, the truth having that positive effect, being that positive change in one's life. All right, or not necessarily a positive change, but more so being spiritually filled. All right. And in that spiritual fill, you will be able to receive, your daily bread, all right? Where the Lord will take care of those that truly believe on Him, and not people that are, that are hypocrites, okay? Only believing the Lord for convenience, believing the Lord just to, look good among others. Oh, I'm a good Christian man. Like, no, that's how the Lord is about. Okay, and also, even this reminds me, just not too long ago, there were people that were saying, pray for the world, pray for America, pray for this, because things are not looking bad. People are getting scared. I find that video. All right, but basically, yeah, like people are afraid of how things have been going on lately. And as a result of that, they're getting scared. And now is when they want to go and pray to the Lord. Now is when they want to seek YAHAWAH and MANASHAH for protection and guidance. But before, when they were being all wicked, all right, going against the word of the Lord, when the Lord told you not to do this, go do this, okay, you didn't want to listen, all right. But now you want to do it, all right. So how can you expect the Lord to protect you when you didn't want to associate yourself with the Lord? People are ashamed of the Lord. All right. Let me continue on in Isaiah chapter 29. Returning to Isaiah chapter 29, verse 9. Stay yourselves and wonder, cry ye out and cry. They are drunken, but not with wine. They stagger, but not with strong drink. All right. So drink wine or strong drink is a metaphor for doctrine. People oftentimes, or not oftentimes, but people today, they are drinking wine, literally yes, but also spiritually, which spiritually drinking wine is drinking the whore's wine, taking the whore's doctrine, Babylonian doctrine. All right, that's the big issue for today, and it's not just people around us, okay, but it's what's it called? All the nations are drinking of Babylon's wine. All right. And basically, as a result of that, that's where this strong delusion, all right, this disbelief for facts, all right, let me actually get that. Okay, Ephesians chapter 4, verse 14, that we henceforth be no more children tossed to and fro and carried about with every wind of doctrine by the sleight of men and cunning craftiness whereby they lie in wait to deceive. And also, 2 Timothy chapter 4, verse 3, for the time will come when they will not endure sound doctrine, but after their own lusts shall they heap to themselves teachers having itching ears. All right. So, all that desire for truth is gone now. The only thing people care about in today's day and age is, being able to do what they want and being validated, all right, by whatever authoritative figure, be it something spiritual or even physical, to tell them that yes, that they are able to keep on doing what they're doing. Even if it's wrong, even if it's self-destructive, even if it's wicked or evil, all right? And that's what you have today in Babylon. In Babylon, people are jumping at the chance for, or more so, not necessarily Christianity, following back to Christianity, but more so, what the hell was that? More so focused or more fixated on evil, all right? Because when you try to correct someone, nobody likes it. When you try to break something down or tell someone about themselves, okay, to attempt to reflect, to self-reflect, okay, people hate that, all right? There are often times when, when someone is trying to let you know, hey, when you do this, this is bad, okay? Like even think about yourself sometimes. Do you sometimes, maybe this applies to you, maybe it doesn't, but do you yourself sometimes, feel like, maybe there's some certain things I could be doing better. I could be, exercising a bit. I could lose some weight, okay? I could be eating better. I can abandon some unhealthy habits, all right? But no, when you call someone fat, all right, not even in an insulting way, but just if you just say if someone's overweight, then they have all this body positivity crap that say, oh, plus size is good, it's healthy, blah blah blah. You can still be a lazy fat ass, and still be healthy, when that's a lie. All right. Now, obviously, there are some exceptions where people could be plus size or big bone or whatever, all right, but ultimately, so that's not even a part of the thing, okay? So, but yes, there are some exceptions, exceptions where someone could be, overweight and still be healthy, but that's not the norm, all right? And ultimately, we do need to, better ourselves, okay? But the main point is the fact that, in general, people don't want to hear the truth. They don't want to hear someone else say, you have to make some positive changes in your life. All right. Let me go back to Isaiah. Chapter 29, verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. All right. And that's another thing. All right. It's lucky. I didn't even mean for this to turn like this, but call life YAHAWAH. All right. This you're still gaining edification from this. But basically, the seers or the prophets, or let me read this again. It's lucky. Isaiah chapter 29, verse 10. For the Lord hath poured out upon you the spirit of deep sleep, and hath closed your eyes. The prophets and your rulers, the seers, hath he covered. All right. So the Lord put a heavy spirit of deep sleep, and in this instant, the sleep refers to not death. Well, yes, death, but that spiritual death, the death of being ignorant to the truth, or willingly ignorant to the truth. Sometimes willful ignorance, sometimes unwilling ignorance. All right. And the thing about that is, again, when you're trying to wake someone up, have you ever tried waking someone up where like, hey, 5 more minutes, or I don't want to wake up, or even yourself, when you hate it's really hard. It sometimes gets really hard. It gets really hard to wake you up because there's you don't want to leave the warm embrace of sleep. Okay, sleeping is comfortable. Okay, and that's the thing. People want to just be comfortable. They don't want to. They don't want to put themselves in uncomfortable situations. Okay, they don't want to do what's best for themselves. Okay, what's best for you is to get up and get out of your comfort zone in order to improve, in order to better yourself. All right, that's the reality of it. That's the best thing to do. But the sad reality of it is that people, they don't want to do it. Okay, they love that nice warm thing. Okay, maybe and that was the thing with that I thought about myself. Okay, think about if you've seen, there's many different movies, but one example that comes to my mind is because I've seen it like last year or something, was Rise of the Planet of the Apes. Okay, the main monkey Caesar, he in the first movie, he was happy, he was comfortable living with his human friend. But the problem was if he had lived with his human friend, then he would have just left his monkey, his actual monkey people to be slaves and be abused. All right. So as a result of that, he made the decision to abandon that comfort, the comfort of being with his family, in order to seek liberation. Okay, it wasn't easy. It would have been hard, especially with the firepower of Babylon. But ultimately, it worked. It worked out for him because he managed to work with all his people, and he took the hard route of liberation, and he didn't settle for comfort. All right, and that's the thing, within life in general. In order for you to get the best possible ending, or whatever you want to call it, sometimes you have to be uncomfortable. All right, speaking to myself first and foremost. All right, you have to be able to take a few punches, spiritually, physically, whatever. All right, go through some hardships in order to get the best possible outcome that you need. All right, and for him, to be able to say, because the thing was, his friend, he was rich, he had the money and all the stuff, but he chose, no, I can't leave my people. All right. So Slaki, going back to Isaiah 29 again. Continuing on in verse 10. Okay, so we talked about the deep sleep. The prophets and your rulers, the seer hath he covered. Okay, so another aspect to this is how Babylon, or the Babylonian doctrine, mindset, whatever you want to call it, okay, it basically condemns you for speaking truth. It condemns you for, attempting to point out the flaws in what's right and what's wrong. All right, but it condemns you for being, strong. It condemns you for seeking liberation. All right, that's the best way to put it. Okay, if you're not satisfied with what little comfort you have, all right, then you talk about how just things aren't right, all right, how things are right now, like life is not right, and the society isn't right, then they look at you sideways. They hate you. They demonize you. They want to cancel you. They want to take away your livelihood. All right, and then you're seen as some great evil that needs to be dealt with. All right. But that's the thing, that's ultimately Esau's device, Satan's device of, trying to make people be satisfied with, what was that one thing that one guy said, I forgot his name, Klaus Schwab or something, one of those weird named dudes, okay, where they were saying, you will own nothing and be happy, okay, you will be happy being a slave, you will be happy, being just another cog in the wheel and not having something for yourself, all right, in this society. And that's not what we want, and we don't want to be a part of Esau's society, Esau's system. Okay, that's why we have to separate ourselves. Okay, let me get that. 2 Corinthians chapter 6, verse 17, wherefore come out from among them, and be ye separate, saith the Lord, and touch not the unclean thing, and I will receive you. Okay? So separate from the wickedness, separate from evil, all right? Separate from evil. Don't let the wicked doctrine, all right, be a part of your mind. Okay? Once again, speaking to myself first and foremost, because sometimes it gets hard, especially if you're by yourself, all right? You don't have someone that continuously facilitates, growth and proper mindset. All right, that's one remedy to that. Just that I can recommend is just constantly watching brothers' videos. Okay, there have been many times where I just needed to hear something, and a brother just did a lesson on it. All right, this brother's talking about this, another brother's talking about that. All right, sometimes the Lord puts the Spirit on the brother to talk about something specific that might apply to you. All right, I've had that happen multiple times to me before. Continuing on, finally getting into this Isaiah 29 verse 11. And the visions of all is become unto you as the words of a book that is sealed, which men deliver to one that is learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I cannot, for it is sealed. Verse 12, and the book is delivered to him that is not learned, saying, read this, I pray thee. And he said, I am not learned. All right? So the main thing is, the main thing is, there are going to be people that are quote unquote educated, all right? They're going to say, oh, I don't, you might ask them, oh, what does this mean? All right? But then they're going to say, oh, I don't know. All right? Like, I forgot what they were talking about, but that was basically the main argument and problem that the brother was debating with him about. And the thing was how the brother broke it down, but Bocab didn't want to accept that. Okay? He didn't want to accept that, but he doesn't know what it was. All right? So the people that don't know what it is saying that someone else that claims to know what it is doesn't know what they're talking about. All right, and the thing is, like that's been the whole MO. The MO is not to actually find out the truth, but just to disprove the truth. All right. It doesn't matter what a multitude of people think, but it matters what the Hebrew Israelites are saying. Okay. As long as the Hebrew Israelites are speaking truth, then that's a problem. Okay. They're not allowed to say all this stuff. They're not allowed to, speak truth and, call us out for what we've done. Okay, which that's also a part of, the growing decline of free speech. Okay, compared to what 20 years ago, there's a whole bunch of stuff that you can't even say now, because of because of the constant limits added onto speech. You can't say the K-I-L-L word in multiple different instances. Okay, you can't say fucking the grape word. You can't say a lot of different things. All right, like there's a lot of different stuff that people are limiting, and very soon they're gonna police thoughts. Okay. Then that's when the scriptures are going to be tossed out. All right, but that's the thing about that. When this type of stuff happens, we're supposed to be rejoicing. Let me get that. As a matter of fact, Jeremiah chapter 10. Jeremiah chapter 10, verse 2, thus saith the Lord, learn not the way of the heathen, and be not dismayed at the signs of heaven, for the heathen are dismayed at them. All right? So these are the signs of heaven. All right? These things that's going on, it's a good thing. All right? We're supposed to be rejoicing, happy that, the Lord, the signs that the Lord said was going to happen is happening, meaning that we're just that much closer to Yahawah's return. All right? Matthew chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear wars and rumors of wars. See that ye be not troubled, for all of these things must come to pass, but the end is not yet. Okay? So don't be troubled when you hear and see all these hardships coming on. Okay? Don't be, which also goes into the thing. You're not supposed to be afraid of being uncomfortable. All right? So yeah, with that, I pray this lesson was edifying. I want to give all honor, glory, and praise unto Yahawah, Ba'ashem, Yahawashi, Ba'ashem, Rakakadash, the elders and apostles, great millstone, Abad, Shalom.